Hi, welcome to Unplugged with Eraldo. Sit back and relax as we have a great show for you today. We will be covering a lot of trending topics and showcasing bridal hair and makeup looks for the spring season, as well as top products for new moms. But first, I have a very special co-host. Many of you are familiar with national TV personality Daryn. She has seen covering red carpets events for Bravo TV. Daryn is also the host of the Oxygen podcast, Martinis and Murder, and she is Andy Cohen's chief of staff. Daryn, I am thrilled to have you on the show. You have no idea.
That was the longest resume.
The longest intro, right?
I call myself a slashy, right? It's like nine different jobs.
Things, right?
Exactly. Pleasure to be here with you today. I'm very excited to chat with you.
So tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Oh, man.
Our viewers want to know a little bit about, Andy. So
I cover Andy Cohen, so I got pop culture on one hand, and then I got true crime on the other. So I do a little fun and a little bit of seriousness, which is fun. They basically pay me to drink at work. I probably have the best job, I think,
yes,
ever.
I think so. I think
you might have the second, but I get paid to do this, so this is good. I've been with Andy for about 8 years.
Okay.
I was his assistant starting off, and I'm still sort of in his life right now, but he named me chief of staff. He pulled me into the office one day, and he was like, Hillary Clinton has a chief of staff, Diane von Furstenberg has a chief of staff.
So why can't I have one, right?
I need one. And I was like, can I put that on my resume?
Yes.
And he was like, sure. I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Well
like,
done.
I don't need, that's the best title bump you could ever get. He is an amazing guy. I love him so much. He's like a brother and a friend and a father all rolled into one, depending on what we're doing.
Okay, well, glad to have you. Okay, guys. Daryn, I know you and I were talking before the show, and we were saying how excited we are to have Collette Smith in the studio today.
Yes, Eraldo, Collette is truly remarkable. She's the NFL's first African-American female coach and the New York Jets' first female coach in franchise history. Collette is also the founder and president of Believe in You Incorporated. Congratulations on your accomplishments, Collette.
Hi.
Thank you. How you doing? I'm happy to be
terrific.
here with you guys.
Thanks for being here.
I got
Where's martinis?
I blame Eraldo for this one. He should have thought ahead. This is not my fault. I came in from New York City today, so he's a local. Blame it on him.
I'm a local, yeah.
I blame it on him. I got to ask you, so you got into, you didn't start off playing football. You actually started off playing dancing ballet, and then you did an entire shift into football.
Why not, right?
Why not?
Right?
I mean, listen, I got 9
Who
jobs.
doesn't, right?
Yeah, who doesn't?
I got 9 jobs. What gave you the courage to sort of make that shift, a little bit later in your life? And how was that transition for you?
That transition was easy for me only because I've always loved football.
Right.
But I was never allowed to play because I'm a girl. So to find football at a late age, I thought I was seeing things. I was like, there's no way that this is true.
Right.
And so I had to take the opportunity. But mind you, I was 42 years old.
That's right. That was my
I was
my
older when I
question.
started playing.
42.
So,
A young 42, of course.
Well,
Of course. I mean,
Yeah,
a
I
trained
kinda-
42-year-old, yeah.
I was spry, a spry 42-year-old, But ballet was fun. I loved it. And then, but my true passion was always football, but was never allowed to play. So jumped into football. I didn't believe I was going to make the team tryouts. I mean, I saw women's pro football tryouts.
Right.
And I'm
Your
like,
dad was an influence, though, right? In your decision.
My dad, you know what? My father and I watched football together, so I
Right.
grew up underneath his armpit, watching football, asking about plays. And
Jets his team?
Jets, we grew up a Jets fan.
J-E-T-S.
Okay, that's
How
what I got
sweet
to
is-
know. Yeah, that's
Right?
right. That's right.
Yeah. How sweet
Yeah,
is
that's
that?
perfect.
Yeah,
That's
Right? I mean, anybody else could ask, and I would have been like, fine. Like, okay, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
You know what I mean? But it was the Jets.
Couldn't say no to that.
Definitely
say
not.
no,
This was a big up for women and girls.
Right.
You know?
So how did the Jets organization come to you? How did they find out about you? What was their...
I forced myself on them.
Okay. It's great. It's awesome.
Girls got to do what a girl's got to do.
Girls got to do, right?
And
Knock
so
that
I
door.
was in it. So it's interesting because when I played football, I played for 3 years. I didn't get much playing time. I was older. I had injuries, but I was a student of the game.
Right.
So I became a coach my 3rd year after playing. So I coached for 4 years with Women's
Right.
Pro. And then I became also the director of PR and marketing for my Women's Pro team. So now I was out there setting the tone. Jets fans, the sisters of the
Right.
Jets, so I was setting it,
Yeah.
right.
Smart. Bring in more women
Yeah.
in the game.
Right.
Come on.
Absolutely.
We need it. We
Right?
need it.
And so then I started getting all these phone calls. Somebody from the Jets organization, I had a lengthy conversation. And
With
I
Todd
got
Bowles, right?
wasn't Todd Bowles.
Oh, really?
It was an executive staff member, And then I got on-field access. So I wanted to learn to be a better coach for my women. So I asked for on-field access. And they made it happen.
Wow.
I had to keep pressing that envelope, though. Like, hey, you said you're going to call me Wednesday. It's Friday.
It's Friday. What's the matter
So
with
I
you?
kept making, and it happened. So I got on-field access. I had already known Mike McCagnon, the GM, and Neil Glatt, the vice president.
What do you think's the hardest thing? Sorry to
No,
interrupt.
go ahead, go
What do you
ahead.
think's the hardest thing about being a woman in football?
Playing or coaching?
Both.
That's a good question. Right.
Well, playing was difficult for me because I was always saying sorry. You'll find that when you tackle.
Right.
So what?
Yeah.
I may tackle you at a scrimmage.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, or I had to, and
Right.
we get up and we do it again. Men don't do that. Men
No.
don't say sorry. So that was the hard part. Like, it's not natural to slam somebody to the ground.
Right.
It isn't natural.
Yeah,
So as
yeah.
a girl, playing dancing ballet.
Yeah, right.
If you hit somebody, you got in trouble.
Of course.
So that was the hardest part for me, was to stop saying sorry when I tackle.
Wow.
And to tell, so then when I became a coach, I would tell the rookies that came in, don't say sorry on
Stop
the field.
apologizing.
Stop apologizing.
Stop
right.
apologizing.
So, Collette, I know you have some special news you want to share with our viewers. Tell us what that is.
NAACP, Super Bowl maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've heard of this.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
right.
Yeah,
So like, there's a lot of good things going on. It's amazing how good things come to you when you give good things to others.
That's right.
So I've been using my platforms as a superhero cape, if I may, to empower Black youth and girls in particular. And I visit a lot of schools. The NAACP got wind of me, and they're giving me the Trailblazer Award.
That's amazing.
And I'll be keynoting
my
their
God.
evening.
Well
And
deserved.
crazy
Of course.
enough, guess who did it last year? So Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s son was honored and keynoted last
Wow.
year. This year, I don't know, Coach Collette Smith is going to be doing
You're in
that.
good company.
So I'm really, I'm
Yeah,
kind
come on now,
of, I'm
come
kind
on.
of pumped
Yeah.
up.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, look, I'll be wearing a gown, but I might get everybody riled up in there. I don't know. So yeah,
You got the energy for it. I like that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about Believe in You? You started it. What inspired you to do it, and what's Believe in You all about?
So Believe in You Incorporated, I founded that in 2017. Being able to play football and then to coach football, then to coach in the NFL and to be the first Black female to do it, I had so many girls that were just inspired by my story. And then it was a life lesson for boys, not men, boys. So when I would visit a school, these boys are learning that women play football. So
Right.
when they get older and they're 25 or 30, when they hear a woman playing football or coaching,
course.
they're not going to think that that's a problem. They're going to
Right.
have grown up with that. It's
natural. Right, of
It's
course.
natural.
Absolutely. Yep.
So it's a learning piece for both sides. So I wanted to make this formal and go visit schools. I do motivational speaking engagements, fundraisers. I do football drills, mini camps with the
Right.
kids.
How do you have time to do this?
I have no idea. I don't know.
It's great stuff.
Um,
It's absolutely great
Collette,
stuff.
we're out of time, but I could actually stay here all day and ask you
Yeah,
so
we
many
could.
questions. It was an honor to have you on.
Halftime, okay?
It was an honor to have you on. Please
Thank
come
you
back
so much.
again. Please
Yeah,
come back
absolutely.
again.
It's an honor to meet you.
Thank
Honor
you
to
so
meet
much.
All right, thanks. Okay, guys, still to come, we have Anthony Lario, better known as Uncle Tony of Tony's Tea Corner podcast.
With all the trending topics in the world of pop culture, who better to dish it with than my good friend Uncle Tony? Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Anthony Lario, aka Uncle Tony of Tony's Tea Corner podcast, is with us. From reality stars to pop culture celebs to housewives to bachelorettes, Tony has the scoop. If it's trending on social media, Tony's on top of it. I'm so excited you're here today, Uncle Tony.
Hey guys, what's
man,
going
how are
on?
you?
Good to finally meet you.
Yeah, first of all, we got a fellow paisan over here.
That's right. Forget
and
about
I'm
it.
left out. What am I?
It's Daryn. You're my
Paisana.
fellow
Oh,
housewife.
okay, yeah.
Paisana.
Sure.
She's in there too.
I'm a
Yeah.
paisano by association.
Association.
I'm
I love
between
that.
two, so I feel.
Yeah. But Daryn's like my housewife's girl. So
That's
it works
right.
out
That's
so
right.
perfectly.
That's right.
I gotta
that's right.
ask, where did Uncle Tony come from?
Okay, so of course, I'm an Italian and I love my red wine.
Yes.
You know that.
Who
doesn't?
doesn't? Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
We need some here. That's
After a couple of glasses of red wine, I have this habit. I like to hold my friends hostage and pull them aside and have heart-to-hearts with them. And everybody has that uncle or aunt at holidays that they pull
Corners
aside.
you?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
all right, how do I get out of here? But somehow after it's over, you're like, I just told them everything that I vowed to never tell anybody. So that's
Just wondering whether they're recording the whole conversation too, right?
Exactly.
How many glasses deep does it take you to get that? Though? We got to know for research purposes.
Well,
here.
red wine is like my blood at this point.
Absolutely.
So it's
Yeah.
8 glasses.
Yeah, 8 glasses probably.
Minimum.
But then my friends started calling me Uncle Tony whenever I would get into that persona. They'd be like, Uncle Tony's coming out to play right now. So I just thought that would be the perfect persona to host the podcast.
So you use that Uncle Tony to your
Hilarious.
podcast, right?
Yes.
Tell
So
us about
Tony's
the
Tea
podcast
Corner.
a little bit.
So my podcast is a pop culture podcast, but I would say that the defining feature of it is catharsis. I have it on my shirt with the little tea
Good
thing.
plug right there. Not shameless at all.
Catharsis,
Good
not
plug.
shameless
yeah.
at all.
Beautiful.
I love it. Wear the t-shirt with a little blazer, you class it up.
course, you go.
But anyway, catharsis is kind of the foundation of it. You have negative things happen to you all week long.
Right.
And you need to laugh.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
reality TV, pop culture, those are the things that get us through our week. So if I can laugh with you and you're laughing with me, it's all worth it. So
My whole career has been caked in pop culture. I work at Bravo, of course. So I got a lot of questions for you.
Yeah, of course.
And you don't have to say anyone from Bravo, but who's been your favorite guest of all time to have? Because you have everyone from Ashley I from Bachelorette
Yes.
to Leanne Locken from Dallas. So who's
Right.
been your favorite so far and why?
now this is so difficult because they're
Is there
all
so
so
many of them,
great.
or-
Yeah,
yeah.
they're so great. I mean, really, I loved Lizzie Rovsek, former Real Housewives of Orange County.
County.
She is just gorgeous, amazing, and of course, Peggy Salahian was so fun to talk to. I thought it was going to be a 20-minute interview. We stayed on the phone for an hour and a half.
Oh my God.
I was like, because a lot of
Those
the
housewives can talk.
Yeah, they have a lot of
They
tea
can
to
chat,
spill.
Yes.
But I would say it's a tie between Real Housewives of Dallas member Leanne Locken. Spitfire, they're just iconic.
You gotta get it.
Iconic.
We're gonna get around.
Oh, we gotta convert you.
he's-
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
I'm basically Italian. We're making him now a Housewives fan already. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but then of course the original tea spiller, Perez Hilton, I had on the show, and he was so great to talk to because he's been there from the beginning with all this stuff. So it was really
vet.
fun to pick his brain about it. So he was cool.
What do you think on your podcast makes everyone want to spill the tea? How do you get people to really open up? I find sometimes that they're guarded and they don't want to admit their deepest,
Is there a
darkest
secret
secrets.
formula?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what, guys?
Red
I'll give
wine?
you the secret formula. It
Red
has
wine
a
with a
side
little
of red wine.
Yeah, we know the secret.
I would say it's a combination of that Uncle Tony persona. Let's sit down at the kitchen counter. I try to make it like that. I encourage my guests, have a cup of tea, have a glass of wine. Let's just
Right,
talk,
relax.
conversational. And the most important thing is interpersonal communication and trust. I want my guests to trust me just like I trust them. And then if you throw a little wine in with it, that makes us all trust each other. So no way.
Yes, wine does. There's something
does.
about wine makes you very
So
trustworthy.
how long have you been doing the podcast now?
I actually just started the podcast in the summer. Yeah, just
Wow.
midsummer. I really was trying to, I was picking Margaret Joseph's brain from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I was like, what can I do? I don't know what I should do. And you know what? Podcast, it's like the millennials version of a lower back tattoo. Everybody has one. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna create my own, and I'm gonna call it Tony's Tea Corner. So here we are.
So we're almost time out, but where
That's
can people
amazing.
find the podcast, really?
Oh, you can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Tony's Tea Corner. You can find me on Instagram at Anthony Lario. And next you'll see
followers do
me.
you have?
How many followers?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like a taboo question,
Well,
isn't
I
it?
mean,
Like 11,000 followers. Yeah. So
Nice.
it's been
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's been growing. But you can catch me on SiriusXM with Amy Phillips on
Yes.
Radio Andy,
Yes.
and then on Q102 every other week on Serving Sriracha.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for being
Amy's
here,
my
Tony.
favorite. Really
Yeah,
nice
so
meeting you
great meeting you
finally.
guys.
Gosh.
So fun.
It's been
Had the
long
best
enough.
time.
All right,
Thank
guys,
you.
stick around. After the break, we have bridal hair and makeup trends for 2019. From the iconic bridal beauty to celebrity-inspired looks. What's on and what's out for the bride-to-be is just ahead. We are back. Joining us is Victoria DiPietro. She is the owner of Bella Angel Wedding Hair and Makeup. Victoria has worked with countless celebrities and has won numerous awards, including Best of Philly and Best of Weddings on the Knot. It goes without saying that this past year, we have seen some very high-profile weddings from Meghan and Harry to Priyanka and Chopra and Nick Jonas. So we have a lot of looks to cover, so let's begin. Victoria, hello.
Welcome.
How are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
God, your hair is on point.
And
Everything
amazing.
looks good, you know?
Your
I'm
eyes
like,
are
oh.
amazing, I have to say,
Thank you.
really amazing.
Thank
so
you.
tell us a little about Bella. What is Bella about?
So, Bella Angel is a company that I started in 2003,
Okay.
and it's catering to the bride for hair and makeup. So we travel to the bride on the wedding day at either her hotel or her house, wherever she's getting ready.
Okay.
And we bring all of the equipment that we need to provide hair and makeup services for her, so that she doesn't have to leave her house or her
It's like a
hotel.
normal personal trainer. What I do, I bring all my equipment to the people and
Yes,
you do the same thing, though,
exactly.
right? I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off. But,
it's the same. So they can relax. She's with her people that she
Right.
loves, and
Yeah.
she can sip mimosas or whatever she wants to do and just chill.
That sounds
Yeah.
very
It's-
easy and very nice. How much of it, when you're meeting a client, is your input versus what the bride really wants? I mean, do you cater to them, or do you say, like, I don't think that look will look great for you, do it this way?
Yeah, so
Right.
if a bride is set on a style, we give her what she wants at the trial.
Okay.
So that she'll come in, she'll see what she's going to look like 2 months before the wedding.
Right,
She'll
right.
see exactly the look that she's going to have on her wedding day. And if she loves it, perfect. We take pictures and we document everything that we did, so that when we travel to her on the wedding day, we just duplicate the service that she had at the preview session.
Wow.
But if she's getting back to your question, set on a particular style, we'll do that for her. And if she loves it, great. If she doesn't, then we make changes. And that's important for the bride too, because she needs to speak up. If she doesn't like
Right,
what
right.
it looks like,
Right.
she needs to feel comfortable.
It's
It's
her
her
day.
day.
So tell us about some of the celebrity trends.
Yeah.
So some of the celebrity trends. Well, you know, we've seen 2 royal weddings this past
Seriously,
year and a half,
right?
right?
An Indian one and then an English
That's
one.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you know, tiaras are coming back, which is blowing my mind because
Not a fan?
No, I think they're very royal.
Yeah, of course.
They're gorgeous, and I love bling. So they're perfect for a bride. I mean, you know, it finishes the look. Also, you know, brides should think about wearing veils, and if they don't do a veil, they should wear some kind of a hair accessory to help them finish the look.
Are there any trends that you think should go away that you don't like?
Oh boy.
I'm taking notes very diligently on my hands here. I just want to know what I should
Wow.
expect. I just need to know.
You like that's 80s look?
Yeah, like fanny
right,
packs
right.
are gone, right? So what's that wedding fanny pack? That's what I want to know.
So I mean, brides are beautiful,
Of course.
you know,
in and out.
Yeah.
they're beautiful. And so, you know, one look that I want to there are trends, and in 2004, 2005, braids came onto the scene.
Right.
And all the brides wanted braids, and I'm thinking to myself, really? Because it's not going to last. It's gonna be here for a year,
Right.
and then it's gonna be gone. And you're gonna look at those photos, and you're not gonna look timeless and classic. But they're still getting braids, and they're still big, and it's still a trend. So,
Wow.
what do I know?
Well, no, you should know. I mean, you started a company 24 years ago. You started in California, right?
I started in California working for an amazing company, and which gave me the idea to bring
Right.
it to the East Coast
So you
to
moved out to
cater.
the East Coast then.
Yes.
But do you go all over the country? You know, like do you have brides all over, or you do mostly stick in the East
No,
Coast now?
we're mostly Philadelphia, South Jersey.
Ah, love it. Okay, so you're basically
Yeah.
home right now.
Yeah.
You didn't have to travel too far.
No.
That's good. That's good. All right, I might use you in the future. I promise no braids, only fanny packs.
And whatever the bride wants, she gets, right?
That's
That's
right.
right. This
That's
is a
our
good
goal.
man right here. Look at him. He's been
our goal.
trained well. He's been
Victoria.
trained well.
Victoria, thank you so much for
We're out of
being
time.
here.
It was
We
so
appreciate
nice meeting
it.
you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Guys, don't go anywhere. After the break, we're going to show you some amazing products for postpartum wellness. back. Joining us is Monica Banks, founder and CEO of Goo Goo Guru, to show us some of the newest products for postpartum wellness and give some tips that new moms can do for self-care. Welcome, Monica.
Hello there. How are you?
Thank you
So
much for
excited to
having
learn
me.
today.
I am so excited to tell you about these products.
Okay, postpartum wellness
Yes.
seems very important.
It is important. You know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner,
That's right. Absolutely.
And love is not just about loving other people, but also loving yourself, especially when it
Absolutely.
comes to being a mom.
Amen.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the website before we actually go into the product.
Sure, yeah. So Goo Goo Guru is a totally free website. It makes highly personalized product recommendations for expectant and new parents.
Okay.
Wow.
So parents come to the site, they take a quiz, they tell Goo Goo Guru about their personal style, their lifestyle, their product
That is
preferences,
awesome.
and then it's kind of like Tinder for baby products. It will match you with the products that best match your profile, and then you can add things to your favorite list or swipe right and continue on.
Does it go from newborn to toddler, or is it just mostly newborn stuff?
It's mostly newborn to about 6 months right now, but we are increasingly adding more toddler products because we're finding that parents need help all along the way, not just for
Wow.
babyhood.
Right, Eraldo? Yes.
So we have some product that you're going to talk about. It's on the we don't have it here on the floor, but tell us a little about the product that's there.
Yeah, so the first product I want to talk about today when it comes to self-care for mom is the 4Moms Mamaroo 4. This is
looks so comfortable.
Right.
it's incredibly comfortable for baby.
Yeah.
It is serious innovation. This rocks in the same way that a parent rocks the baby.
Wow.
So how does that come into self-care? Basically, you need a safe place to rest baby so that you can
course.
tend to yourself, whether
Of
it's
course.
taking a shower or going to the
Yes,
bathroom
yes,
or
yes, yes.
whatever it might be. And so the 4Moms Mamaroo 4 is the safest and most innovative of all the swings out there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The other thing that is very cool about this particular 4Moms Mamaroo version is that it's the new cool mesh. I said cool twice, but it is cool.
That's
because-
I wish I had it when I was little.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, as I was saying.
It comes in a really beautiful gender-neutral gray color, and it keeps baby cool because baby's body temperature is obviously very, very important for their own safety. So it will keep them cool. You're not picking up this, hot, sweaty baby once they're resting in the Mamaroo.
Oh, perfect. So you have some other items here. So let's
Yeah.
go through
Tell
them.
us.
Start right at the end there.
This is a brand new product. This is Mashka. This is the Nourish Lactation Powder. The Mashka also makes a lactation bites. This is actually really, really incredible protein powder because what they've done at Mashka is they've identified gaps in a mother's nutrition, especially when she's just postpartum.
Right.
So this has probiotics and protein and everything that to fill those gaps for mom so that she feels
Yeah.
refreshed and herself. As I said, Nourish is the name, and it really does make you feel very, very nourished.
Wow.
So this, a little bit goes a long way. It comes with a scooper. You can make smoothies. You could drink it on your own if you wanted to with almond milk or something like that.
All right, beautiful. The next item.
This is the Baby Catan. This is a Goo Goo Guru favorite.
Okay.
The Baby Catan is a wrap style carrier. There's different types of carriers for parents. There's a structured carrier. This is a wrap style carrier. What's different about the Baby Catan is that it's completely just easy to put on. It's almost like a t-shirt. It's soft cotton.
Yeah, I see it.
Little baby burrito on your
Yeah, exactly. And skin-on-skin contact is so important, especially for postpartum wellness, because it actually helps encourage your milk flow and it helps bonding with the baby.
Right.
And hands-free parenting, by the way, is something that every
That's
parent
right.
needs.
It's
yeah.
key.
Yeah.
All right.
All
What
right, let's
else?
move on to the next one real quickly.
Yeah, so this is the Frida Baby Fridette. This is the mom washer.
Okay.
And you get a perennial cleansing bottle like this in the hospital, but not like this.
Not like this, right?
The one that you get in the hospital is really kind of clumsy, and you have to, when you're cleaning your private area, which is very important for
Right.
self-care because you have to prevent infection, et cetera. Of course. with the ones that they give you in the hospital, it's like really awkward, and you might have to stick your hand in the
Yeah,
toilet
right.
bowl, and it's not so fun.
No one wants
This
to do
is
that.
incredible. It works upside down. It's
Amazing,
light years
right?
ahead of what you would get in the
Wow,
hospital.
all right.
And
Yes.
last but not least, what do we have over here?
Yes, so we have the perennial spray and the perennial balm. These are sold separately, but we actually recommend them as a duo. Earth Mama Organics, first of all, it's organic, all natural products.
Right.
These utilize and are formulated with herbs that are naturally used in healing, so for wounds or episiotomies, excuse me, those kind of things. Then there's also the Scar and Skin Balm, which is really, really helpful if you were to have a C-section or, again, any kind of wound that you
Right.
need to kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
heal.
yeah, yeah.
And this does it naturally and safely, and their products just feel really luxurious as well.
Well, that was great. That was amazing. You got everything
much.
in, right? So
Oh
much.
my
Wow,
gosh,
right?
I'm like,
Thanks
never
for
knew.
being here.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Monica,
it.
thank you so much.
so
Wow.
much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks again to all of my guests, and a special thank you to my co-host. Thank you, Daryn.
You're
For
welcome.
being here today. And thanks to all of you home for watching. Make sure you tune in next time for another great show. And let's continue our conversation on social media at Eraldo Meglara, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great week.
The preceding was sponsored by Fitness Training by Eraldo Incorporated. Promotional consideration is paid for by